So there have been a lot of gorgeous covers that came out in 2020, and I'm going to share my top 10. Everyone, my name is Ezra and welcome back to my channel. So when selecting these 10 covers, I actually grouped them into different piles or different types of covers because there are a lot of covers that came out this year and I actually had a hard time picking. So it was pretty tough narrowing it down to 10, but I managed to do that. So yes, let's get started. All right, so the first group is one I call the traditional covers. These are the covers that we're used to seeing in the previous years. So I'm going to start with my first favorite cover, which is Chasing Cassandra by Lisa Kleypas. So it's not a surprise that I absolutely love this cover. This cover absolutely screams Disney's Cinderella, the blue, the gorgeous gown. It does remind me of the gorgeous cover in Devil in Winter, or Devil in Spring, sorry. Devil in Spring, which was Pandora's book, and Cassandra is Pandora's twin. So I love that both books kind of complemented each other, and of course this one is such a gorgeous cover too. So yeah, this is very traditional for a historical romance cover. However, Avon has actually been picking modern gowns for Lisa Kleypas covers, so I don't know why. Like, this gown does not scream like Regency or like historical to me. This cover is so gorgeous, so gorgeous. Plus blue is my favorite color. Now the second traditional cover that I absolutely love is Queen Move by Kennedy Ryan. As you can see, this is such a gorgeous cover. I love when I see POC on the cover because we don't really see a lot of that. I mean, we need more covers like this, but this one is just so captivating. Like, if you look at her, the heroine on the cover, I love that it's the heroine facing front, the hero is facing back. She's so gorgeous and her stare is so captivating and striking and piercing. Like, you just want to pick up the book. Now, I haven't actually read this book yet, and it's also on my list of books that I need to read for next year. Plus, the hero's name is Ezrah, and I actually find it hard to read a character, especially Ezra, because Ezra is usually a man's name, so the characters are always guys, and it's really odd. I find it odd. Anyway, now my third favorite cover is actually a paranormal cover, and it is Wicked Bite by Janine Frost. Again, I love this. I actually love Ian's book, like this Night Rebel series covers. This is book 2 in this series, and it features Ian, who has his shirt off and we have his chest, but it's also dark, so you don't actually see the full impact, and like his face is also dark, and like there is just a little bit light in front of his face that makes him so mysterious, because he's actually pretty mysterious as a character as well. So I really love this cover. I also haven't read this book yet. I need to read it before book 3 comes out. Now the next style that I want to show is another style that is slowly getting to be popular, and I think it started becoming popular like in the last 2 years. And I think mainly because when you look at these covers, they don't look like they're romance, and I have a feeling that the publishers intentionally made them illustrated because they don't feel like they're very steamy. They feel like they're women's fiction, and they're trying to entice other readers who don't read romance to pick these books. Now, I don't know if I like that. This is not verified, but this is just what I'm thinking. And I think it's because I know when The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang came out, a lot of people were really shocked that that book was really steamy. So I haven't read that book yet, but everybody said that the book is just steamy. Full on steam for this book. Hey, Momo. So full on steam for that book, and the cover did not look like it was steamy at all. In fact, it looked very tame. It's a gorgeous cover, but it did not look like a romance cover. So I don't know if I kind of like this tactic because it's deceiving, but I also like that now other people are picking romance books because they think they're not romance and then they end up loving it. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. So obviously you know what type of covers I'm talking about. I'm talking about illustrated covers. So I actually have 4 illustrated covers that I liked and I picked for this video. And the first book is The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. So I absolutely love the cover of this book. It's just so funny. Like you could tell like they're cake toppers and like the heroine is pushing the best man off the cake. It's so cute and it feels so rom-com-y, and this book is pretty rom-com. As you can see, the cover sounds so funny and lighthearted, but this is actually pretty steamy as well, and I really love this cover too. The colors, and then you can see like the blue color, the pink pops out, and it feels like a wedding cake. So the heroine here was actually jilted, and she basically blames the best man, but she's actually a wedding planner. So this is so this actually matches the book to a T, and I think it's so cute. Yeah, and you would never know that this one was a steamy book. All right, so the next book that I picked is actually a book that I absolutely love the cover for. So it is You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria, and oh my god, this cover is so colorful. It just pops out. So this is kind of related to the telenovela, scene, and the cover makes me feel like it's so dramatic, and I mean it kind of looks like a soap opera cover in my opinion, and it's so gorgeous. Like if you look at the 2 characters on front, they look so cute. I love it. I love the cover. I haven't read this book yet, and I actually talked a little bit about this book and the reasons why I haven't read it yet. So this is actually one of my books that I plan to read next year. All right, so my second favorite cover is another book that I haven't read yet, and I plan to read it next year, I promise. It's actually, spoiler alert, by Olivia Dade. As you can see, I absolutely love this cover because it's blue. It has this Tiffany blue color as a background, and the heroine is actually plus size, so I love it so much. And the hero is like kind of wearing like an armor, and it kind of feels like Game of Thronesy. So this book is actually more on fan fiction. I think the heroine is a fan fiction writer or something, and the hero is the star of one of the popular TV shows. So yeah, this cover is so gorgeous, and I plan to read this book soon. I promise. So my last favorite illustrated cover is another cover that I absolutely love, and it gave me all the feels. Nostalgic feels, not romantic feels, but nostalgic feels. And the book is Once Upon a Sunset by Tiff Marcello. I absolutely love the cover of this book. This book is so gorgeous. The colors are so bright. They feel like they're so tropical because the heroine here actually, the heroine and her mom actually goes back to the Philippines to meet their family or to find their family. So this is actually not romance. This is romantic women's fiction, so more focused on the journey of the main characters, which is the mom and the daughter, but each of them have their own HEAs. So there are romantic themes, but this is women's fiction. And this is an All Voices book too. So, and I've met Tiff Marcello. She's really nice. So, because of a snafu that I did a couple weeks ago, I deleted the last part of my video for my favorite covers of 2020. So this is me in 2021 recreating the video without the tree. So yes, this is pretty noob of me. I promise not to delete anything, and that's why this video is super late. So anyway, I was talking about all the different favorite covers that I liked, and I grouped them in 3 groups. So the very last group that I absolutely love is the artsy slash stylized covers. Some of these covers are digital, or some of them are illustrated, so I don't know which is which, but I categorize them as stylized or artsy. And you'll actually agree with me that they are pretty artsy and they're pretty stylish. So the first cover that I like, I actually cheated on this one because I am picking 2 books, because these covers, well, the covers for this series specifically are super gorgeous. So I'm talking about the Stay a Spell series, and my favorite covers that came out in 2020 are for Wolfgang Wild and Don't Hex and Drive. So this is Wolfgang Wild, and this is Don't Hex and Drive. So as you can see, obviously gorgeous covers. I'd like to talk more about Wolfgang Wild. I love Wolfgang Wild best for now because there are more books in this series. Juliet Cross already revealed the latest cover in the 3rd book of the series, which is Skid Stitches. It's also gorgeous. But so far, out of the 3, this is my favorite because I love blue, I love pink, and they absolutely look gorgeous together. But I also don't want to scoff at Don't Hex and Drive, because Don't Hex and Drive is equally as gorgeous. Now, I think this is stylized, pretty cover. I mean, yeah, so gorgeous. So I'm really excited about this series because the covers I've seen so far are good. So I'm hoping, well, I'm not hoping, I'm expecting the covers in the series to be equally gorgeous. So I'm looking forward to seeing more books in this series, like more covers in this series. Now, the next set of covers that I picked as my favorite artsy slash stylized covers are the 3 books in the Tin Gypsy series by Debbie Perry. So these covers are just so gorgeously stylized. The very first book came out in 2019, so I'm not counting that. That cover is gorgeous as well. But I'm talking about Riven Knight, Stone Princess, and Noble Prince. These covers are just so striking and so gorgeous. There is, as you can see here, there is a skeleton, and the skeletons are stylized based on the title of the book, or like the main character of the book. And I mean, every time I look at them, they're just so aesthetically pleasing. I did enjoy book 1. I haven't read the rest of the books in this series, so I can't really opine much about the plots of these books. But the covers, though, I can't argue about these covers. Just so gorgeous. Finally, the last favorite cover that I'm sharing with you is another cheat, because I'm going to be sharing my favorite covers in the series, because this is another series cover. So I'm talking about the Wicked Villains series by Katie Robert, and I'm not mentioning the 2 books that came out in 2019. I'm only mentioning the 4 books that came out in 2020. And again, they're gorgeously artsy and gorgeously stylized. I absolutely love them. They're so pretty. The first book, not the first book, but the 3rd book is actually A Worthy Opponent. And then the 4th book is The Beast. The 5th book is The Sea Witch. And the 6th book is Queen Takes Rose. And my favorite is actually Queen Takes Rose, because, dang, it's just like a crown. It's one crown with like fire in the back. It's just so gorgeous. And if you look at all the books together, they're just so pretty to look at. I mean, and you know what? I actually love this series too. So it's not just the covers, it's also the content of the book, except for book 1. I have feelings on book 1, but this is not a review. This is not a review video. This is a covers video. So anyway, all the covers in this series are absolutely gorgeous, but I especially love the ones in 2020. But again, my favorite one by far the whole series is Queen Takes Rose. And you know what? I absolutely love that the stylized slash artsy type of covers are becoming popular because they are really pretty to look at. And I wish these books were cheaper because I would buy the heck out of them. They're so gorgeous and would sit beautifully on our shelves. All right, those are my top 10 favorite covers of 2020. Of course, I cheated, but we are allowed to cheat when it comes to picking our favorites, right? So anyway, please let me know which covers from books that were released in 2020 are your faves. Do you love the covers that I chose for this video? Please let me know in the comment section below. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in another video.